How you can help your child with reading at home. There are many ways that you can help your child with reading at home. Sharing books is a great way to spend some quality time together, read and learn about different things. This can be you reading to your child, them reading to you, or a mixture of both. In our lives, we are reading all the time, and it's not always in books. Encourage your child to read things like menus, shopping lists, instructions, or signs when they are out and about. This will help develop their reading skills, and they often won't notice they are even reading. We also recommend daily reading where possible. We understand that this is not always possible, and after a long day at school, children are sometimes tired. It is important to note, children by no means need to read the whole book. A couple of pages, or even a book from home that they choose, is beneficial to them. How you can support your child with reading in nursery. In nursery, children should be at the stage of discovering and enjoying books. Reading to your children is a great way to get their imagination going and also getting them used to sitting in front of a book. You can even do different voices for the characters if you wanted to. We also advise that you ask children simple questions about the book, e.g., what colour was her hat? It is also good to get children to pick out letters that are in their names and are familiar to them. Model turning pages and use your finger to follow when you are reading so that they can see you are reading left to right. Also encourage your children to join in with any repeated refrains. How you can support your child with reading in reception. In reception, children are sent home with 1 or 2 reading books from school, along with having the choice to read any books from home. To begin with, books have only pictures to encourage children to tell a story without words. You can then help your children with their reading by encouraging them to recognise the initial sounds in words, along with other sounds you know that they have been learning in school. When children begin learning to read, they sound out each letter of the word. This year, you will initially be encouraging your children to blend 3-letter words. Children should also recognise any high-frequency words that they have been taught. It is important to build up comprehension skills as we build their reading abilities. Please do this by asking your child questions about what has happened in the story and get them to predict what might happen next. How you can support your child with reading in Year 1. In Year 1, children are sent home with 2 reading books a week. We encourage children to read these once or more and focus on building comprehension skills through their reading. Where possible, try to encourage your child to read each day. This can be either their reading books from school or something else from home. It should be noted that children by no means need to read a whole book in one go. A couple of pages regularly will have a positive impact on their reading skills. Children should begin sight reading at this stage and should begin to introduce expression into their reading once they are sight reading confidently. Throughout the reading session, and once your child has finished, please discuss the text with your child and get them to answer questions about what they have read. How you can support your child with reading in Year 2. In Year 2, children are also sent home with 2 books for the week. We encourage children to read these once or more and focus on building comprehension skills through their reading. Where possible, try to encourage your child to read each day. By Year 2, children should be using expression in their reading. When your child is reading, please also discuss and highlight different punctuation and how it affects the way you might read something. For example, if there was an exclamation mark, you might read the sentence excitedly or in a louder tone. Try and ensure, rather than reading a book from beginning to end, you are creating pauses to enable your child to make predictions about what might happen next and give them a chance to recap the events of the book so far. Your child should also be able to make comparisons to stories they have read in the past. Now that your children are able to read fluently, children should be encouraged to enjoy books and read quietly on their own. Perhaps highlight to children occasions when you sit and quietly read yourself, so that they see quiet reading as being an enjoyable choice. You could even set them a reading challenge which they can complete independently.